Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic. We are in Stormwind today because we are going to be re-speccing into Shadow Spec. And we'll be trying out Shadow Spec for the very first time. I've never played it in Vanilla and I've never tried it in Classic, so today will be a first for me as well. I expect that we're going to have quite a little bit of learning to do about a new rotation, so we're going to use this quest, Encroaching Wildlife. And we have to kill, 27 or so more enemies, and it should be a good way to learn the spec. So we're going to plan on that. Do we need to pick up any of these new ranks? Not really. There's nothing that I think we absolutely need. We're going to save our gold for now. And we're going to talk to him to respec, which we've never done before, so it's only going to cost us 1 gold. And let's take a look here, and I'll kind of go through my choices with you guys. Any suggestions you have, go ahead and leave them, but I'm just going to try to pick talents that I think are going to work best for my playstyle and things that seem interesting and useful. So I may not pick the ideal spec, which I know might drive some of you guys crazy, and I apologize for that. I'm not referring to any guides or anything like that. We're just going to pick what we think is going to be useful to us. So we're going to go with Spirit Tap and just take the 5 points here in Spirit Tap. It's going to give us our 100% chance when we kill an enemy that yields experience to get our mana regeneration up. And that's going to be really important to us. Let's go ahead and take Improved Shadow Word Pain. And then we could reduce our threat generation, which would be really important in dungeons, but I think we're going to, for now, we're going to take 3 points in Shadow Focus. So that'll get us up to an 8%. They'll reduce the chance of resist by 8%. So hopefully we'll see less resist on our shadow spells. We're going to take 5 points in Improved Mind Blast. And we're also going to grab Mind Flay, which is going to be a new spell for us that we have never used before. Assault the target's mind with shadow energy, causing 75 shadow damage over 3 seconds and slowing their movement speed by 50%. This might become important, because I don't really know what the playstyle is going to be like on Shadow, but I'm excited to have a new button to press. So we're going to grab that. Let's take a look down here. Increasing the range would be nice. But I think if we put 5 points into Shadow Weaving, that'll be a 100% chance to cause our target to be vulnerable to shadow damage. The vulnerability increases the shadow damage dealt by what I guess will be perhaps 15%. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to put 5 points into Shadow Weaving. Yeah, I think that's a good call. It would be great to have the reach, and we'll probably circle back for this. But for now, let's grab Vampiric Embrace, another new ability for us, an instant cast. Afflicts your target with shadow energy that causes all party members to be healed for 20% of any shadow spell damage you deal for 1 minute. That's going to be really useful, I think, in keeping our health going. And then Improved Vampiric Embrace is going to increase the percentage by 10%. So that's definitely something we're going to grab. Let's see. Now we need to spend 1 more point. And I think this is where we can come back and we can grab a point into Shadow Reach. Or we could put a point into Shadow Focus. I think we're going to go with Shadow Reach. And then Darkness increases your shadow spell damage by a flat 2% per point. We're definitely going to take all of this. That's going to be a flat increase of 10% on all shadow spell damage. And then we take Void Form. We have 1 more point left. I think I'm going to put it into, well, what are our other options? I don't know that we'll be wanding as much, but should we start building back up our wand specialization? Maybe I'll hold on to this last talent point. And my thoughts are that we could put it into Shadow Reach, or we could start putting points back into discipline to get our wand specialization and maybe even our improved power word shield eventually. But let me know what you guys think about that, and we'll hold on to that point for now. Let's go ahead, and we're gonna want to set up another bar here. And I'll set up a different bar for Shadow Spec in case we do go back to Discipline. We'll still have our hotbar set up in the same way. Mind Flay, not really sure where we're going to use this in the rotation. For now, put it over here. That's my tilde key. Of course, we want Shadow Word Pain. And I guess we can put Void Form anywhere. We can just put it up here. Look at that. Can't really see any of our features now, or what our armor looks like, but still pretty cool. And the rest of the bar where we can, we'll try to set it up basically the same way. I don't know if we want smite, if we're going to be smiting. That I'm not really 100% on exactly what we're going to be doing, so we'll have to kind of feel it out as we go. But we're going to want power word shield up here. Where did we... Okay, let's put it in the same spot. Let's just put it on F2. And is there anything else that we're really going to want? Well, Vampiric Embrace. Okay, there we go. Maybe we do something like this. I think we open with Mind Blast, we Shadow Word Pain, we Vampiric Embrace, and then maybe we Mind Flay until we can Mind Blast again? Well, we're gonna see how it goes. Do we need to learn any new levels of anything? Yeah, see, we need to train up Mind Flay. I'm glad I thought of that before we flew back to Swamp of Sorrows. Okay.
See you around.
Let's go ahead and get that onto our bar now. Alright, there we go. That works. Alright, I'm going to get us back over to the Swamp of Sorrows. We'll start working on encroaching wildlife, and we will figure out what the rotation is going to be for us on the Shadow Priest. Okay, so we'll get back into the Swamp of Sorrows here, and we'll start looking for young sawtooth crocolisks, which are all over the place, sorrow spinners, and swamp jaguars. These are all very plentiful in the region here, anywhere between Stonard and Splinter Spear Junction. You can find, we'll find enough of these, I think. Probably not a lot of other players in the zone. Yeah, so we should be good. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Here is our first enemy that we're going to pull with Shadow Spec. It's going to be the Sorrow Spinner here. And since I hate tarantulas, this is good. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, see, we weren't far enough away to really get any benefit from the slowing on Mind Flay, but trying to see what kind of damage it does. And if it's kind of like our wand replacement, or if that's something that we're still going to be doing. Once we're getting the knockback, that's not good. I wonder if we want to maintain power word shield when we can. The same way we would have done as discipline. Let's just keep sticking with trying to maintain our power word shield, even though we don't have the improved version of it. And I think I'm going to have to get a lot better at pulling from maximum range. Especially since we spent a point to increase that range. It's definitely something we have to start thinking about. Oh, we didn't refresh our power word shield. And we're gonna have to drink, and then we have to put our buffs on. That would probably help a lot if we had our stamina and our spirit buff. It seems like we don't have like a very good shot at our distance to get Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, and Vampiric Embrace all on the target, and then still be able to Mind Flay and benefit it all from the movement speed. Which, you know, the movement speed comes along with the spell, so it's fine, but maybe once we have spent more points in Shadow Reach, and having that greater distance, we'll be able to get all those spells in and then really benefit from the slow. Other than that, I think maybe the slow could be a PvP thing, because as you can see, we're not really benefiting from it. And I would definitely think that we'd want to get both Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Embrace up on the target. We could forego Mind Blast, but we have improved Mind Blast, so I don't want to not be using the spell. Do we need to Mind Flay? Well, we spent a talent point for it, so you'd hope so. Oh, we don't have Divine Spirit anymore. That was stupid of me, because Divine Spirit is something we get for being deep in the discipline tree. I guess we're at least always going to use Mind Flay as filler until Mind Blast is back up. So maybe we start doing that instead of just spamming Mind Flay. It looks like we'll Mind Blast, Mind Flay, Mind Blast potentially. It's definitely very different. There we go, we got some of the slowdown that time and we were able to benefit from it. Mind Flay cost 100 mana. Mind Blast cost 225. I would just hate to not be Mind Blasting as much as we can because we put all those points into improved Mind Blast. Yeah, as I kind of thought, we're gonna have to drink more as Shadow Spec, which is okay if we're killing faster. Could be okay if we're killing faster. Oh, we're not gonna kill faster by not putting up Power Word Shield though. And then maybe we need to get our wand out on our bar instead of having Smite, which I realize we can't use while we're in shadow form. So let's do that. And yeah, I think we're really going to want to take those points in wand specialization. Seems like that's going to be a necessity. There we go. Maybe if we wand instead of throwing out another another Mind Flay. Maybe that'll be better and conserve a little bit more mana. Obviously these guys are lower level than us, so our rotation might have to change a little bit when we're fighting more powerful enemies. But I felt like this was a good way to kind of try things out in a safe environment, is to be fighting these level 36 enemies as part of this quest. Just want to get used to kind of finding that max range and then stopping as near to it as practical. That's a really large crit. I mean, we're out of mana, but it was nice. See, it's the downtime of drinking to get our mana back that's just... it can be killer sometimes. Especially when you have a large mana pool and you're getting towards the end of the current level of water. Like, we're gonna get the level 45 water in 4 levels, but right now we're stuck with Moonberry Juice, which is only gonna restore 1,992 mana. So there's that. There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, I think Mind Flay is going to be much more useful to us when we have that increased range. The full 5 points in it. Right now, not benefiting from the slow really feels like it hurts, but I don't think we can open with it. I don't know, maybe we should be opening with it. Maybe we... what do we do here? We throw Vampiric Embrace up. And then Shadow Pain. And then Mind Blast? That doesn't really feel great either. I don't think that's what we do. I don't think that's the ticket. That didn't feel good at all. No, I think we do need to be opening with Mind Blast. It might just be about getting that increased range. I think the kill rate is really good until we run out of mana and we have to stop and drink to full. So how it is overall, I didn't take any real measurements from our time as Discipline. I didn't record how long it would take us to kill enemies or anything like that. What I really wanted to see is if there would just be just a feeling of any kind of marked difference. And I mean, the rotation is obviously different. Do I notice a difference in how fast we can kill enemies? A little bit, yeah. I think there is a difference on an enemy by enemy basis, but in aggregate, if we're talking about how long does it take us to, say, do a quest to kill 28 enemies, are we doing that faster if we're including the time it takes to drink? That's the number I'm more interested in. That obviously without directly recording it makes it kind of hard to figure out, but just trying a few different variations on the rotation to see how each of them feels. I think it feels best to try to use Mind Blast on every cooldown, even though it's a huge mana hog. It just does a ton of damage. So it's hard to make the decision not to use it on cooldown. Or as close to cooldown as we can get, really. And I'm sorry if I forgot to skin a bunch of stuff. I am a little bit tunnel vision in on feeling out the rotation. So, my apologies. I wish our power word shield would kind of turn the same purplish color as we are. You know, just for a little bit of extra flavor. It's also kind of, it's just, to me, it's kind of weird looking that we are this shadow entity surrounded by this holy barrier of protection. It's power word shield. You can have a shield of void or shadow energy, couldn't you? Like in theory? It'd be neat if it just changed purple. Okay, we don't need any more of the crocolisk. I will try to avoid them, and I'll walk right into a jaguar. That was smooth. Well, here we go. We can test the spec out in a real-life circumstance. Me wandering into an enemy I didn't see. How does it perform under those conditions? Pretty well, I'd say. Pretty well. I haven't really felt the sting of not having improved power word shield yet, but I'm sure against enemies that are at our level and dealing a lot more damage, that's something that we'll start to feel. The most impactful difference has been on the positive side. It does really feel like we can kill an individual enemy much faster. On the negative side, we're obviously having to stop more frequently to drink. And I don't know, maybe that's a zero-sum game where it overall will balance itself out perfectly even. I'm not certain. It feels like that's potentially true. But I think that on an encounter-by-encounter basis, it's definitely a faster kill rate. Yeah, it's interesting. I have to remember to prep with powered shield and not have to cast it during a fight. And also we can really wand for that last little bit. This guy's gonna aggro. Oh, look at that, he stopped right there. Okay, perfect. We need spiders. Where are we at? And he was down here somewhere, wasn't he? Let's kind of head in that direction. Because we will need to find the quest giver who gave us this quest. And he was along the road. So that could be the easy way to find him. Or he was just off the road, I remember. There he is. Look at that. That was pretty good. Let's not aggro this horde PvP NPC. If we attack them, we're going to get PvP flagged. Might not be a big issue here because there aren't a lot of other players, but I don't want to get stabbed in the back by a horde player. They do have a town here, and it might be more likely that there will be horde players than alliance players. Yeah, I think it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, obviously, but I like it. My biggest gripe, you know, outside of the few things I've mentioned, is I don't really like not being able to see my character. I'll say that. And I've always kind of felt that way about Shadow Form, even in retail. I feel that way about Moonkin form, and yeah, I kind of don't like not seeing my character, but I can get over it. Yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to having that increased range. I think that's going to be nice. I think I'd rather go into that than into wand specialization, honestly. I think I'd rather go into that. If we slow them down, that should give Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Embrace more time to tick before they get to us. Alright, that is all of them. Yeah, that felt like it went by pretty quickly. You know, and it could just be because they're lower level. That's definitely a possibility. But it was a good way, I think, to get a baseline for how to do the rotation, to be able to think about a few different things. And I'm really interested in what you guys think and any input you have on the rotation or on future talent choices. The Lost Caravan. I was stunned during the attack by the Lost Ones, but before my sight went black, I spied one of our wagons being dragged to the fallow sanctuary, the Lost One village to the north. A caravan chest with valuable reagents was in that wagon, reagents vital to the studies of the wizards of Netherguard Keep. Find the chest and get those reagents, Athos. Get them and bring them to me. Find the caravan chest in the fallow sanctuary. Yeah. Let's run up there, because I kind of had made a comment that I was surprised that we didn't have any more quests coming out of that. Oh, this isn't for the friendly ones. This is taking us over to the enemy broken. Okay. Yeah, that would make more sense. For some reason I thought the fallow sanctuary was where the friendlies were, but that's not the case. We're going to need to go far to the east, and they're going to be low level as well. So we can definitely do that. And I think now we have a pretty good idea of our rotations, so even situations like this, I feel pretty confident we can just burn through this guy. There we go. Alright, well, let's just head over there really fast and see. Where are we at here? Wizard's Reagents. Okay. So an item that we have to pick up off the ground, most likely. Let's see if we can just drop aggro on these guys and not get dismounted. That would be ideal. if we didn't have to fight everything on the way there. But I will cut out and I'll cut back in once we're over there. We'll find these reagents and see what happens from there. Alright, well, we might want to fight our way back there, but let's just see what we see. It's probably kind of a mistake, but we'll angle this way, kind of get out of the center of the camp. And this guy we're going to probably have to fight. But I think we dropped the other one. You know, we picked up a crate. And maybe that started a quest. I thought we had seen an odd looking crate originally when we were back here looking for the crystals. Scattered crate. Okay, let's check that out. You're a pet. We could take you out first. Oh, we got both of these guys. That's not really what we wanted to do. We need a pretty big heal here. We unfortunately don't have any heals on our bar, and that's going to be the end of us, I think. Yeah, that could very well be the end of us, not having a big old heal on our bar. Oh, we can't, yeah. Can't do that in a shapeshifted form. Doesn't that suck? Alright, well, that's a learning moment. That still might screw us over. Not understanding the functionality of the form, so we're not going to be able to smite or do any healing. I don't know if we can drop these guys, or if that's not going to be a possibility here. Let's try to get over this way. Seems like the mob density is so thick that we're just going to pull something else, but we'll try. We'll try to drop them. They're not dropped yet. Will they ever drop? I don't know. There we go. It looks like they're all off of us, but we're still... Oh, there we go. We're out of combat now. Alright, well that was kind of a big fail. We're going to want to do something a little bit different. Let's grab our heal. Let's put it out here next to shadow form so we can shift out. And then we'll heal ourselves when we have to. Now we need to try to get back to where we were and try to find that crate. Can we work our way in from here? Can't really see much from this side. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely gonna aggro this guy. Okay, well, this is not a great situation we've gotten ourselves into. But I guess we're gonna be okay. Maybe. Well, he's gonna pull another guy. Let's see if he can just go down here. There we go. Okay, that was a little bit lucky. We probably should have backed him up a bit more. Would have been smart. I've completely lost track of where the crate was that we saw. Now I'm thinking it was way back over here. Oh, hi. Yeah, we're not looking behind us. It's totally fine. Just a little bit flustered is all. Alright, there's the crate. We have basically the same situation going on. We're going to try to handle it, I guess, a little bit differently. Let's take care of this guy first, who's just going to stab us in the back later. Okay, he got a little too far. That's not gonna work for us once we take on these guys. Yeah, I guess we're not doing that. That's kind of not a great feeling. I never felt on the Discipline Priest that we couldn't take on two guys, especially two guys that are lower level than us. I don't like that, and it's gonna be something I have to think about, because I have to fight both those guys at the same time to even pick up that crate. And this is just a green quest. So it's not something that should be giving us this much of a problem, honestly. Yeah. That's not gonna work for me. I don't think. I don't think so. We're gonna try again. Whoops. We're gonna try again, because I really want this to work. I really do. I like the spec. It's interesting. I just can't be in a position where I can't take on two guys at the same time. Especially when those guys are lower level than us. They're green. They're level 38. We're level 41. You know, they have these pets. We can kill them in one hit with Mind Blast, but Mind Blast has a cooldown. I can't smite. I'm not close enough to flay. Oh, I don't even want to be that close. Let's take out... Where is his imp? I'm not sure what happened there. I feel like that was the best I could do, and that took some focus, and it was still pretty close. I don't like that feeling. And maybe it's just because these guys had pets, and that ate up, you know, a couple global cooldowns. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm interested in what you guys think as well. Oh, look! Look at this crap that just happened. Are these guys are the guys? These are the guys that are guarding the crate? Can these guys piss right off? They can. Oh, that's great. Yeah, let's just put them right into there. Let's put them right into those guys and pull all those guys. That was really intelligent. Can we get this? I'd love to get this. Nope, we're not getting this. Well, I'm just kind of hoping they drop any time here. We don't need that anymore. Well, guys, a lot to think about. Alright, this is our last melon juice, or our last attempt at this crate for now. Yeah, any feedback you guys have on the rotation? Oh, look at that, we screwed up drinking the juice. Any feedback you guys have on the rotation, it would be great. Yeah, I'm very much deep in my thoughts on this right now. And I'll probably continue making some mistakes because of that if I try to take these guys on again. But we will try it one more time. Just to see what happens. Because right now, I'm just really wanting to get back to discipline for that survivability, for the ability to have those longer encounters that we can survive and get through even when there's two enemies. And yeah, we have some sweet nectar to drink. Let's just go ahead and speed this process up a little bit. We can put this mana potion out on our bar in case it comes in useful. Potentially could save us. What else do we need to do? We need to be in shadow form. We need to have power word shield going. There we go. Let's just see what happens. Oh, they're not. What did we get? Okay, cool. They didn't spawn that time. Okay. That doesn't answer any of my questions about whether or not we could have handled them. But they didn't spawn. We got the item, and we can complete the quest. I'm more interested in what you guys think about the rotation and the spec. So let me know. Right now, the thought of not being able to take on two guys at a time confidently is not appealing to me at all. And somebody mentioned it before in a comment, and I agree. I think I might rather want to have those more drawn out encounters that last a little bit longer, but with the knowledge that we can handle almost anything that comes at us, especially when it comes to taking on enemies that are at a lower level. I have grown very accustomed to being able to handle two of them fairly easily, and knowing that at the end of that we're not going to be close to death, and we don't even usually run out of mana. Not when we're talking about enemies that are 4 or 5 levels beneath us. So we will see how this goes. It makes me a little bit trepidatious to take on at level or higher level enemies than us, because yeah, if we encounter two of them, it seems like they're gonna thrash us pretty handily. But that might not be the case. I'm glad them hitting us doesn't flag us for PvP. That would be very unfortunate. No, wrong way. But we'll get this turned in here and see if it changes into anything else more interesting here in the Swamp of Sorrows, or if we're on our way out to look for another questing location. Oh, wait a minute. What do we not have here? Oh, wait a minute. So this was not the item for the quest. We picked this up before, and we've already done this. Is this repeatable? Okay, no, I was not paying attention at all. We picked up what was looked to be a quest item. I just assumed it was what Watcher Biggs wanted, but it was not. That Netherguard quest must be repeatable, and if so, that's fine, but it doesn't answer the question of where the reagents are at if they're not in the lost supplies. Yeah, this looks like repeatable quest. Did we get experience for it before? And will we get experience again? I guess those are questions we'll have to find out. We are going to take a break here, however. Guys, let me know what you think. Any help with the rotation would be great. And thoughts on comparisons to Discipline Spec are also very welcome. And yeah, well, thank you for being here. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And take care of yourselves out there in the world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here soon. Bye now.